What's up, y'all? Merry Christmas from the Fort Worth Stockyards. It's a slow night here on Christmas Eve, but there's a steady amount of people out. I mean, it's not the slowest. I've seen it slower, and it's early, so I'm sure some of these people will start fading off pretty soon. I hope everybody's enjoying their Christmas Eve, and I hope you all enjoy your Christmas Day with your family. This video will be coming out the day after Christmas, so by then I'm hoping everybody enjoyed their Christmas. Look at that, some bikers out there having fun. Awesome, man. Man, there's like a whole group of them. Look at that. I would join them if I didn't have things I needed to do. But I hope y'all have a good Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And I figured for this video, I'm gonna leave y'all, since it's the last video of the year for me, I'm gonna leave y'all with the compilation of all the Dadvice I've given this year. And hopefully, if nothing else, somebody can take away something from these, and it helps you, or helps somebody down the line. So the final thing I want to leave you guys with is some dad advice. We'll call it Dadvice. Be the change that you want to see in this world. If there's something that you would like to see and you can't find it anywhere, then maybe you need to be the one to create it. There's a lot of people that ride motorcycles and they're into guitars. You don't hear about it anymore except for in older generations, and I feel like younger people need to have some way to find it. Alright guys, today's dad advice: if something has the ability to make you happy, then don't store it away for later. Go ahead and use it. Let it make you happy, because anything can happen, and the more you just store it away, it's just going to make the next person that owns it happy. Today's dad advice: try. Just try something. I forever have been a person that was all about the power of no. Playing in bands and you get offered to do weird things. Sometimes it'd be like a show that they didn't really offer you enough money, or it was in a market where you don't think you can pull anybody, or you've never played in that city and somebody's being like, yeah, we want to play, but you know, it's a Saturday night, we want you to headline. Like, man, you can't headline a city that you never played in. Try. If you just try something, it's not going to hurt you. And you don't know if you don't like something until you try it. That's like the childish thing where kids don't want to touch a food because it looks icky. Just try it. So today's dad advice: you don't fail at something until you stop trying. So if you enjoy something that you're doing, don't worry about what other people think. Don't worry about if other people are judging if you're having fun or not. It's really just about you. If you're doing something that you personally enjoy and you see it as a goal, and you're making these little goals and you're working towards it, and there's incremental steps that you're reaching, then keep doing it. Have fun. Be happy. Do it. And don't worry about little setbacks you might have. Those little setbacks, it's normal. We all go through things when we're learning to do something new, or we're trying something. Even when we try things that we're really good at already and we think we're comfortable with doing, we still have little things we can learn, little baby steps. So you're not a failure at something until you stop trying. So don't stop trying. There's a break in the rain, so got these guys for a walk. Today's Dadvice. Don't dwell on the things you can't change. Work on the things that you can. Whoop! I had a broken light. It's turned into me losing my shoe. I still haven't ordered more shoes, but as you can see, Kari decided to eat my sandal as well. She's a puppy. She looks big, but she's really just a puppy still. So don't dwell on the things you can't change. Just work on the things that you can. You'll learn, you'll grow, you'll be better. And that's part of what I'm doing. I want quality over quantity. So with that said, today's Dadvice, you can make people do something, or you can make people want to do something. If you make people do something, that's less likely to have a positive effect down the line. A lot of people do things every day and just, you go to your job and you do what you're told for a second, you forget about it, and you move forward. But when you make somebody want to do something, that resonates with people. And it resonates where they even reference it and telling other people, or telling their friends, or telling their kids, or telling their wife or their husband. It has way more meaning. So you can make people do something, or you can make people want to do something. What I'm trying to do is make people want to do something. I grew up playing music and playing live to people essentially for free. I just loved it, had fun doing it. And then I noticed the people that they were just out there to get money, well, they gave up really quickly. And then they, you know, they might dip their toes back in at another point if they were asked to by a friend or something, but they never really just like committed to it. But that to me kind of signaled that they probably never loved it, because when you love something, you commit. See where I'm going with this? Going to weddings. So today's Dadvice is going to come from a speech that I gave at the wedding, because I was the best man. So I'll let the speech do the talking for me. The way I know a lot of other people here probably do jiu-jitsu with him. Y'all are known for that. And then there's people probably here that have played poker with him, because he was playing poker quite frequently. Yeah, like that. Yeah. And then besides that, when you think of these kind of things, it's usually like aggressive things, kind of fighting. So it kind of makes sense. In thinking about that, the thing that comes to my mind about what's going on today with them getting married, this is actually a marriage, which is actually a lot like fighting. Which, I know, doesn't seem like it, right? But, well, yeah, I know, in a marriage, I'm married, we fight. The thing is, in actual marriage, it's not so much that y'all are fighting, it's more that the entire world is fighting against you. We have a culture in society that they try to promote divorce, they try to promote being single, staying single, doing things on your own. So to actually get married is a big deal, because you're fighting against all of culture telling you to do otherwise. So that's the real fight right there. So you can do jiu-jitsu all day, you can shoot guns all day, but really the real fight is actually trying to work with another human being and have a partnership. Because it's like, y'all are two individuals trying to work it out constantly. Today's Dadvice, finishing things gives you energy, and not completing things takes away energy. If you're trying to be creative and you're working on something, you actually get energy from finishing a task or finishing the project. But when you take a break, it doesn't really give you more enthusiasm to complete the task or the project. It just gives you a little bit of a mental break. You still have to keep working, and you don't really get that positive dopamine hit. So finishing a task actually gives you more energy when you get that dopamine hit, and you're happy, and you're like, okay, if I got this, I can definitely get this done now. So a trick to work through that is set little goals for yourself where you're just working on hitting that small goal, and even if it's on a big project, or switch to another part of the project that's smaller and more easily attainable and work from there. Because once you hit that one, it makes the other one easier. This is something that really does help me a lot, because when I'm recording, sometimes the task I want to do is maybe layer some guitars on, but that's a really big task, trying to figure out the tones that I want to match, how many guitar takes, the different types of guitar takes I want to do, how many microphones on the guitars, what cabinets, what amps, what guitar. But you know what doesn't take me that long to figure out? Bass. I can do the bass parts, and I pretty much have it dialed down exactly how I like to do bass. So it doesn't take me that long to make an executive decision on how to get a bass tone. So I might work on the bass tone first, or if I'm coming up with writing a part, I'll work on the bass parts that I kind of know are in the realm of what I want to do, even if it's just a quick demo run or a demo track of the bass, just so I can figure out what I'm going to play to. And I can quickly get that out of the way, and maybe that helps guide the drums. Maybe that'll help give me a better melody to put behind it on piano or guitar or something, or even vocals. Sometimes just getting a different vocal take over the bass can completely change everything. So Dadvice, put your energy into things that you know are going to last. That goes for the things like hobbies and stuff you personally do, but it also goes for relationships. It can work for just about anything in life. You want to put your energy into something that you know is going to last. A lot of people think they do that, but really they don't. And they don't realize that, like, as they get older, they're like, oh, they've got a garage full of random accessory things that they started and never finished. And it's because they collected things because they started hobbies they never really finished. And you see the same thing with people in relationships. They jump relationship to relationship, and they never really learn to be by themselves, so they're just constantly jumping around without truly figuring out, when they're by themselves, they realize what they truly want in their own personal life and what they can accept and not accept being around them, which leads in turn to them going, okay, this is the energy I want to put into what I want to last. So put your energy into something that you know is going to last. Don't waste your energy and your time. You'll end up just being lost down the road and still trying to figure it out when you get older. Or you'll have a bunch of memories of things you never finished and that you reflected on wishing you had, and not even truly recognizing the fact that if you just stuck to one thing, you'd probably have a skill set or a talent or something to show for the one thing. Oh, look at that. Beautiful horse. Alright guys, Dadvice. Wage war on your weaknesses. It benefits you greatly to take time and think about the things that you're not good at. And that you can apply this to anything. You can apply this to your job, to your personal goals, to your hobbies, to personal fitness. Look at things that you're not good at, be objective about it, and own up to the fact that you're not good at it. And it's not bad to acknowledge that you're not good at something, but acknowledging that you're not good at something and being able to look at it, tell yourself, I'm not good at this, and then wage war against it. Figure out ways to make yourself better at it. Learn something new. Start reading. Start working on that thing. If it's a fitness goal, you know, and you don't do legs, do legs. I know plenty of guys that play drums and they just don't do legs. And they only work on arms and abs, and they just want to kind of show off that side of them. And then they got these skinny chicken legs. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, work on your legs. Wage war on your weakness. It'll only make you better. So for me, working on the drums and the guitar and the bass and all that, all this, and then mixing and mastering, like, my strong point has usually been guitar, because that's the instrument I played the most over the years. And I went to college and I studied drums, but I studied jazz drums, not exactly powerful rock hitting. And I tend to look at drums kind of more from a jazz perspective, so it takes a little bit more energy for me to think about it in terms of, you know, how a powerful rock player would hit. So when you think about jazz drums and how they're not really heavy hitting, I am not a very heavy hitter when it comes to playing the drums. So when I play the drums, I have to mix and EQ them in a way to make them sound more powerful, or to get more of that sound out of them, because I'm not primarily a heavy hitting drummer. So I have to mix them in that way to make them come more alive in the recording. If I don't do that, I'll just find a drummer friend and have him play. And normally most drummers play rock, so they want a heavy hit. I'm just not a heavy hitting drummer because I was more interested in jazz. So I had to wage war on my weakness and learn how to compensate for that. So wage war on your weaknesses. It'll benefit you in the long run. Alright. If you like what I'm doing, you know, hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know. If you hate what I'm doing, leave a comment. I'll read your hate too. Doesn't hurt my feelings. What I got? Is that an ice skating rink? I don't remember seeing that. But maybe you've got comments or ideas for other things. Maybe you've got advice that you give your own kids, or maybe you've got advice that your parents gave you. Leave it down in the comments. And I hope you all have a Merry Christmas.